The term human nature refers to certain ingrained mental biases and psychological weaknesses that are a part of being human. These tendencies are rooted in our genes and therefore difficult to change, hence why they are referred to as human nature. From a psychological perspective, the earlier you understand these three truths about human nature, the better your future will be. 1. We only pay attention to what we deem important. There is a well-known psychological effect called the primacy effect, where once we form an idea, we unconsciously seek out information that confirms its validity. Under this psychological influence, we can only see what we want to see, and this is where biases come from. The internet exacerbates these biases. With the help of recommendation algorithms, you only see content that aligns with your views. Over time, you may even believe that this is the entire world. But you must understand that the world is never what we think it is. 2. We are more prone to compromise than we imagine. Think back to the views that you couldn't accept years ago. Do you now see some sense in them? The things you hated back then, are you doing them now? The feelings that were once indelible, are they now barely noticeable in your heart? This is the adaptability of human beings, and it is even more frightening than you imagine. Changing our psychology is far too simple. Any influence over a long period of time can achieve this. So we always say that corruption always takes place unconsciously. A little compromise, and in the end, you will completely change. 3. We are more competent than we imagine. Let's do a small test. In your opinion, how many % of people do you think you are ahead of in terms of emotional intelligence? Are you in the top 90%, 70%, 50%, 30%, or the best of the top 10%? Most people would likely answer that they are in the top 50%. Psychologists have conducted similar experiments and found that over 90% of people believe they are in the top 50% in terms of emotional intelligence. You may have also experienced this, where you think you can do something only to find out later that you can't. This is a deeply ingrained psychological phenomenon that humans cannot change: overconfidence. While this psychology can help us build self-confidence and a positive outlook, it often leads to overconfidence and failure. These three deeply ingrained psychological tendencies are hard to change, but can have a huge impact on our lives. The earlier you recognize and take them seriously, the better your future will be.